It's hard to watch. Children circled a mother, then pinned her against a fence. Dragging the mother and her son to the ground, continuously beating them.
And I was just being a follower, following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize.
And all I'm gonna say to the parents, if y'all don't tame them little animals that y'all got, y'all gonna see they little first 48. Because if they doing that now, imagine what they're gonna do later.
We are at a point in society where the children can get it. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
How bad is society when I can sit up here and tell you, the kids can get it?
This Chicago story has everybody heated right now. A mom walking her kids home from school on the south side gets jumped by a whole group of kids. And the video is so brutal, it spread across the internet in minutes. But the worst part was when the bullies' parents decided to speak out. And some of them actually defended their kids. So once the footage hit social media, black celebrities started weighing in fast. Corey Holcomb jumped on it. Lil Zay Osama said he'd help the family, and even the mayor had to address it. And this isn't one of those situations you can just shrug off. It hits the culture, it hits the community, and honestly, it says a lot about where things are going if this is what elementary school kids are doing.
Incident unfolded just a couple blocks away from Orville Bright Elementary School, where the boy is a student. Korshonda says they were walking home when a group of kids began following them, then started punching and the mother and son.
They fought my son, they hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
So this all went down in the South Deering neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. A mom named Korshonda Hatter was walking home from Orville T. Bright Elementary with her two kids, her 9-year-old son and her 6-year-old daughter. Then out of nowhere, a group of school-age kids pull up on them. Not teens, literally kids from the same school. And they went straight into full-on violence.
We're not hitting them. The little kids hitting them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little kids. Smash that bitch on my brother.
The video shows the mom trying to protect her kids while these kids start swinging on her. Her son gets dragged in, literally beaten on the ground. The mom gets knocked down, stumped, and hit from every direction. The daughter is standing there crying, frozen, watching both her mom and brother get attacked. Now, trigger warning, guys, this is hard to watch. Honestly, it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. So this poor mom and her son ended up in the hospital, and while her daughter didn't get hit, someone pulled her hair, and she was left traumatized from watching her mom and brother get brutally attacked. Now, some initial reports claimed the mother is pregnant, but this hasn't been confirmed. It's also been revealed that the mother has a serious medical condition, sickle cell anemia, which makes this whole thing even more heartbreaking.
I felt helpless because I was down on the ground, and he was down on the ground. And he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick, she has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
The family was shaken so badly that neighbors and community members eventually helped them move out of the area completely and transfer the kids to a different school. Now, to make it worse, this mom who was attacked had already reported bullying issues at that school before this happened. She'd complained about her son being targeted for 2 whole years, and nothing real got done.
Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks. All of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it.
So once the video of the attack hit social media, the internet exploded. A lot of people said flat out that if a pack of kids came at them like that, they're fighting back. Because once you start stomping somebody, once you're dragging a child on the ground, you're not kids being kids. You're choosing violence. And there's going to be consequences to face. Because if they're old enough to make moves like this, they're old enough to deal with what comes next.
Well, she wasn't a child when she raised her hand and started swinging on that grown woman. So guess what? From here on out, you get grown woman treatment. Not only that.
And then, of course, a lot of people also started calling out the parents of the attackers. You had folks saying this is exactly what happens when kids grow up with no discipline, no accountability, and parents who jump to defend their child no matter what they do. That whole "my baby would never" attitude. This is what happens when parents try to be their kid's friend instead of their parent. It's entitlement, it's neglect, it's lack of structure and positive role models, all of it. And there need to be some serious consequences.
I don't know what you're doing at home, but tonight it better be some whooped asses up in that house. Huh? I'm talking about one of them old back in the day ones. I'm talking about give them a bath, let them go, think they going to sleep, and commence to whooping that ass in the dark. Yeah, these kids need that.
So the clip didn't go viral just because it was violent. It went viral because it confirmed what a lot of people have been saying for years about gentle parenting and raising kids who think they can do whatever they want with zero consequences. And here's the absolute worst part. Some of the family members of these had the audacity to hop online and defend their spawn. Let me read you this message that one of the mothers posted on Facebook, because this pissed me off so bad. This sorry excuse for a mother who goes by Yaz St. Patrick on Facebook said her bully daughter is a, quote, great ass kid, end quote, and wrote, kids gonna be kids. And it's a kid out here that did way worse-ish. She also claimed her daughter was peer pressured and said, if you know her family, you know if we find a friend in an MFer, we gonna stand behind them 100% no matter what. To conclude, she wrote, feel how y'all want. F y'all. Nice. Real classy. I wonder how the daughter ended up being such a disrespectful menace. Life's mysteries. Now, some of the parents did make their kids apologize, but a lot of people felt that this was not enough. Check out this video posted by one of the female bully's mothers. Yes, she apologized, but it's the way that she still talks about her daughter like she's some innocent angel who just made a mistake. Oh, and she also called the incident a fight, which clearly it wasn't. It was a brutal, unprovoked attack on a defenseless mom and her 2 kids.
My name is Kamara Grant, and I was wrong, sir.
But see how this girl didn't even specify exactly what she did? Talking about she has to go through so much while sitting there wiping non-existent tears. Police! I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not buying this apology. And then the mother had the nerve to say, keep it respectful, this is a child. I don't think so. She wasn't acting like a child when she was out there swinging on a sick woman and her little kids, but now it's time to keep it respectful? Where was the respect when the children were jumping on that lady? Disrespectful kids now want sympathy and empathy. I think not. All right. Now let's talk about the celebs talking about this and what they're saying. The reactions have been wild, and a lot of Black public figures are weighing in. First up, Corey Holcomb. Now you already know Corey is not the one to sugarcoat anything. He went hard on this situation, saying straight up that adults and parents need to stop pretending this is just kids being kids. And according to Corey, kids being out of control is nothing new, but jumping someone's mama, that's a new level of degeneracy that's becoming way too common.
I'm telling you, man, I'm from the projects, homie. I'm from where it go down. But when I was growing up, nobody would run up on your mama. Do you hear me? I grew up Robert Taylor Homes, 5266 South State, last white building next to the hole. Gangbangers, grown or not, would not run up on you while you was with your mama because there was still respect in the community. Right. Motherfucker come to your door, who ready to kill you, and your mama answer the door. They'll be like, hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing? Will Leroy come outside? And if Leroy won't come out, they'll be like, all right. That's how I grew up, homie. Killers, for real. But there was still enough respect in the community where a family was given a pass. Now, nothing.
Corey also pointed out that this isn't an isolated incident. And if you're a teacher, then you know this type of mess happens all the time. And according to Corey, it's gotten to the point where we now have to fight these little kids because nothing else works.
Look, I want to talk about, because I just want you to know this is also a result of the downfall of society. Teachers are not with it no more. They're trying to get out of the profession. There's too many teachers with testimony online saying, my health is not worth this profession that I put effort and education into because of the way the children conduct themselves. How can you be a teacher if a little boy in 3rd grade is saying, "Fuck you, bitch, die"? Wait, are you serious? Do you know the psychological damage that causes to the adult who can't knock the shit out the kid? If you got a society that is broken to the point where the kids can get it, there needs to be a hard reset, man. The kids are the ones we are supposed to be bringing up for the future.
Now, the silver lining in all this is that a lot of people came together to help the mother and the kids who were attacked. Local Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama offered to help the family directly by flying them out to LA and taking them on a Christmas shopping spree.
That's something that shouldn't be going on. Kids should be able to go to school and be comfortable walking home from school and at school learning, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids at that age should not be doing things like that, especially to an adult and to their peers that go to school with them. That's crazy. That shouldn't be happening in our community. We got to do better.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, officially condemned the attack, calling it unacceptable and promising that something has to be done to bring the perpetrators to justice and keep families safe in neighborhoods like South Deering.
We want to make sure that those individuals who are involved in this brutal attack, that there's accountability. But there's also something very disturbing about children carrying out such a violent act. There's clearly a need for some intervention there as well.
But a lot of people are saying the quiet part out loud. What the mayor calls intervention is some good old discipline at home and punishing the parents too. Someone said the intervention is called belt to a. If the parents don't do that, the next step is permanent removal from government assistance. That seems to hurt more. And another person added, girl, you speak facts. If you take them off public assistance and lock their asses up, I promise you those kids would not be doing this or committing any crimes. Another comment said, all those kids need to go to jail for at least a week, and the parents need to be held accountable for their kids, which is them getting sued, or even the parents getting jail time for not being a parent. You're welcome. Problem solved. Well, now let me know your take on this. What's the best way to solve this problem? And who should be held accountable? The kids, the parents, the school, or all of the above? Drop your comments below, and I'll catch you in this next video.